You already know what time it is. We in the business of hurt. What's happening?
Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. Man, they ain't hearing me. Hold on. Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. But we come on the scene, y'all better respect us. We play chess to hurt. We don't play no checkers. We get paid to hurt people. Y'all about to witness, cause we are the hurt business. Yeah, you already know who's coming. If you scared to get hurt, you better start running. Run up, get done up with a spear like Lashley. Get balled up like MVP, don't at me. Either pay dirt, cause it's all about Benjamin. Upgrade to platinum, thank God for excellence. Don't make Alexander check y'all with a lumbar. Might as well tap out a submission, on bar. Wait a minute, rewind that back. Don't make Alexander check y'all with a lumbar. Might as well tap out a submission, on bar. Or get locked in a hurt lock, get jacked up. Wanna do business with us? Nah, back up. This is grown business, we will hurt you with our suits on. Put the work in and tend to be very hands-on. Pay us and go let the losers keep losing. All I gotta say is business is booming. Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. Man, they ain't hearing me. Hold on. Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. But we come on the scene, y'all better respect us. We play chess to hurt, we don't play no checkers. We get paid to hurt people, y'all about to witness, cause we are the hurt business.
I try to hurt block till his heart stop. Super kick to the face, then his head pop. I be the MVP, people envy me. I got a spear waiting for my enemy. Yeah. All the belts we taking, these chicks see the money we making. Get the big bag, the odds been mad. Put your body in Lashley, chin back. Snatch up gold, smack up foes. Handsome, we fresh head to toe. Tailor-made suits for my troops. You wanna choose? Ego boost. My job to hurt people, you're feeble. Get jackknife like Diesel. Full Nelson, break both arms. Use them as my good luck charm. Wine and cheese at Trattorias. Wash you up in my arena. Fold you up just like a pizza.
Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. Man, they ain't hearing me. Hold on. Yeah, it's time to shine. Yeah, it's time to grind. I'ma take anything that is gonna be mine. I'ma hurt anybody trying to cross that line. I'ma hurt anybody for not paying on time. But we come on the scene, y'all better respect us. We play chess to hurt, we don't play no checkers. We get paid to hurt people, y'all about to witness, cause we are the hurt business.
What's goody be? What to do though? I swear to God. It's just wire, man. This wire keep rubbing up against. What's goody though? What's going on, y'all? I know it may sound a little crazy in the background because the stupid ass wire keep rubbing up against the microphone. That's right. That's right. And speaking of certain changes, we definitely gotta talk about Carl Weathers, aka Action Jackson, aka Apollo Creed. I woke up to that shit earlier. I'm like, wow. Now he was in his mid-70s, so he definitely had an awesome life. He left us with a shitload of memories. Black Soul was good though. TKO, what is going on? I just feel like we definitely gotta talk about this dude. Hold on real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah. Cause I don't know if y'all was able to hear that shit, but that shit was annoying me. The cord kept bumping into the microphone, and it was, but whatever. Am I sounding much better now? Exactly. Yeah, man. So it's only right we definitely gotta reflect on his career. We definitely gotta remember or talk about his highlight moments. It's only right. Appreciate that, Dynasty. I remember believe it or not, the first time I got introduced to Carl Weathers is this movie called Action Jackson. I wasn't around when Rocky came out. Rocky came out in the 70s. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? So Action Jackson came out in the 80s. That's like one of the first. Matter of fact, yeah, that is the first movie I watched. Well, this dude called Weathers. If y'all don't know about Action Jackson, look that up. They was trying to have this dude like this super cop that's a black guy, and at the time, what I mean, that wasn't, I guess you could say that wasn't the norm. You had other super cops, like you had Clint Eastwood, and you know what I'm saying. Never a black cop in the 70s. A black cop that's a superhero. This dude is driving his Ferrari through houses and all that shit. He's jumping on top of taxi cabs, trying to catch perps and shit. Yeah, look that up, man. Action Jackson's an old school movie. It came out in the 80s. And he definitely was in Predator. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot this dude name in Predator. Those in the chat. What was this dude called what's his name in Predator? Yeah, like shit. When did what's that, Rocky 3? How old was I Rocky 3? I was definitely a baby. Yeah, thanks, Ballet. Action Jackson came out in 88. I'm telling you, I had the VHS too. Action Jackson was that shit around that time. I don't know if how much money it made in the box office, but when it comes to some movies, fuck the fuck the box office. You like, man, look, I loved it. That's all that matters. I don't care how much money it made. We all have our guilty pleasures. And I won't even consider Action Jackson a guilty pleasure. My parents took me to see Rocky 3. And yeah, when I got introduced to this dude, Apollo Creed and Rocky, it was like way later on. It was like later on, like the first movie. I didn't even see believe it or not. The first Rocky I seen was Rocky 4. I seen the first and the second one and shit like that. I seen that afterwards. The very first Rocky I seen when I was young was Rocky 4 when he had beef with Drago. And Carl Weathers came through with Chubbs and Happy Gilmore. He definitely gave us some moments, man. I just felt like, what I mean, let's just show our respect to this dude Carl Weathers. I'm gonna drop that link. And after we talk about Carl Weathers real quick, we're gonna talk about, it's like the second edition of Black History Month of Wrestling on and right here in the Council Roundtable. So the topic with that is gonna be best and worst black champions. It could be any type of belt. It could be heavyweight, US, Intercontinental Tag Team. We definitely gonna talk about that. Um, Let me know what's going on in SmackDown too. We definitely gotta talk about that also. Donnie said, "Well, we can all agree five was bad." Which one was five? Was that Rocky Balboa? Which one was five? Yo, I remember Rocky Balboa was sad as fuck. I'm like, geez, Louise. And the whole buildup is for Rocky to go up against Antonio Tarver. What are y'all doing? Y'all had the perfect opportunity to have Rocky go up against Mike Tyson. It was there. Y'all could have made that shit happen. That was the ultimate dream match. And then what made matters worse, you had Mike Tyson in the motherfucking movie, but he was in the crowd. Antonio Tarver should have been in the crowd and Mike Tyson in the motherfucking ring. The fuck? Talk to me in the chat. Do you think that movie Rocky Balboa would have been better if he would have fought Mike Tyson? Yeah, I know. I already knew this was gonna have it on ESPN. Cause it's crazy. Like Apollo Creed, he definitely set a fucking trend, and he's a fictional character. You ever see him in this movie called The Comebacks, which is basically the scary movie for sports movies? Nah, I don't. I never heard about that one. Oh yeah, Tommy Gunn. Yeah, that was five, right? Yeah, it was. Get those thumbs up, B. You already know how I give it up. Let's get some thumbs up in there and I'll drop them floodgates. But that's the topic. We're going to talk about Apollo Creed, aka Carl Weathers, aka Action Jackson, aka Chubbs. Left us with a whole lot of memories, B. We're going to talk about SmackDown, what's going on with SmackDown. We're going to talk about best and worst black champions. When it comes to all different types of wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Like not only WWE, you got old school, new school. We could learn of. I burn, baby, burn like disco, inferno. Not chill, stop. Miss my dude Biggie. It's fucking my dude Black Star. Big Cuz in the building tonight. Who? I see you, Black Star. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna say though. I'm gonna tell
Yo,
us.
Diddy.
I'm gonna tell us everybody like when we all come to the table. You know what I mean? Before we get to other topics, let's just start off with the Carl Weathers. You know, with Carl Weathers' career, remembering his his contribution. Let's start from there. When it comes to everybody that comes to the table, that we carry on.
Like I was joking with my brother today, and like I knew that it was in bad taste because of what happened, but I was like, I might as well say it. I was like, why does Apollo always have to die before Rocky does?
If you thought it was a bad take, why say it again? I don't get it.
No, because it's true. I mean, in the movie, died before Rocky. Rocky's still alive for some weird reason, even though he got his ass kicked from post to post. And against what's the good guy's name? Against Drago. Like it makes zero sense for him to still be up and still be walking, still be talking without massive brain damage.
Well, remember Apollo went through that same thing.
Yeah, but like
You have like this dude Rocky went through that, and you know what I mean. Like he was the first one to go through that and survived.
but he got his ass. But he got his ass beat to death. What up, Toph?
Yo.
KO today.
Yeah, miss me every single fucking Logan Paul segment. Just turn the fucking channel.
Before we get into that, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Carl Weathers. Like I don't know if you heard what I told Black Saw. I think it's only right, especially given the fact that we do talk about movies too. We definitely gotta put respect on this dude Carl Weathers' name, B, and like talk about some memorable moments or what may have you, and then we get to the meat and potatoes of the rest of the show.
Just know that his final moment is gonna be next Sunday.
What happens on Sunday?
He's in that FanDuel commercial with Gronk.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, he got a new Super Bowl commercial coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read this theory years ago, man. This is like, man, back in high school, dude. I don't even remember what the website was called. It was some forum site. I can't remember. It'll pop in my head when I'm not thinking about it, but it was a forum for people to just discuss different theories for movies and stuff. And I remember reading this theory about the Rocky movie where it said the movies are called Rocky, but when you analyze it, it's not his story, it's Apollo's story. Because Apollo's the character that influences every important thing that happens. Rocky got famous because Apollo singled him out and wanted to face him. And if you remember, Apollo's trainer, whose name I can't remember at the moment, was trying to tell Apollo, yo, he ain't the run, baby. He ain't the one. He ain't good for us.
How about the trainer? Right?
Then, yeah. Right. And then in Rocky 2, it was the rematch. And then Rocky 3, you know, Rocky's coach Mickey died. And it was Apollo that took him in and basically trained them how to fight, retrained them how to fight again. So really, because of Apollo, Rocky was the one that beat Clubber Lang. Without Apollo's help, Rocky was basically fucked. Then Rocky 4, like, you know, he got killed by Ivan Drago. And then because Drago killed him, Rocky trained to, you know, avenge Apollo. Then Rocky 5, we don't talk about that one. But yeah, it's a good theory. It's a good theory.
So Ballet said that they showed the commercial during SmackDown. Yeah, that's what Ballet said, that they played the Carl Weathers commercial.
Wasn't he on The Mandalorian as well? Wasn't he a character on there?
I wouldn't even know. I don't watch Star Wars. I know about Star Wars, but I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, he was in The Mandalorian. Like I think he was Lando, right? He was Lando in that show.
I was sorry to hear about him. What happened? Did they give the cause of death?
No. To me, I really don't even want to know, because it sucks, but you know, he was in his mid-70s. He lived a great life, man. He really lived a great life. We can only wish and pray that we could live for that long and be as healthy as he was.
Agreed.
And that's real talk. Oh, so he passed out passed away in the sleep. Yeah, man.
Passed peacefully, huh?
Apnea.
That's
sleep apnea is for real, man.
I think that's everybody wants to go.
I mean, it's
You think everybody wants to go in there and sleep? You don't want to. You don't want to go out in a bloody knife fight. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hold it down, motherfucker.
No, I said I think that's how most folks want to go.
How would you want to go? If you don't
I
mind
don't
me
know.
asking, of course.
I don't know. I have a feeling I'll have an unconventional death. That's what I think. I'm too paranoid.
just make it painless.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it's like Sopranos.
everybody wants to go in there and sleep. That's the thing. Like everybody wants to go in there and sleep. How come nobody don't want to go? You know what I mean? Fighting for. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fight for this shit, motherfucker. I ain't gonna die on my back.
Because the
But it's
longer
funny.
that you suffer, the longer that it lasts. Just want to
See, it's
do
funny
it
you
right
mentioned
away.
that. It's funny you mentioned that because that's what makes The Sopranos so good. You know, because that conversation that Tony has with Bobby, where they're like, you probably don't even hear it when it happens. That's what made that ending so good. So I guess it really doesn't matter, really. I mean, you won't be able
You
to
talk a
comprehend
lot
what's
about
happening.
Sopranos. You talk a lot
Well, it's a
about
good show.
Sopranos. I gotta watch that. I seen like clips here and there, but I never really.
You never watch it?
It's
No, I
so
never
good,
did.
bro. It's so well. I watched it. I procrastinated for years. I watched it when COVID first started. Like that was the first show I binged. Like at the very beginning of the pandemic. It's so good, bro. It's so good. You got to watch it. But I don't
It's
want to
on
spoil it
Max,
for
I
you.
believe, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's on
about
Max.
Max.
It's everywhere, yeah,
Yeah.
man. But going back to Carl Weathers, man. What was his name on Predator? You know TKO? Do you know his name on Predator?
I do not remember his name on Predator either, but
Right.
It was good in Predator.
Is that the one where he had like the most manly handshake ever with Arnold? That was
Yeah.
yeah.
That's when
I'll
Arnold
look it up.
Schwarzenegger was like, "You son of a bitch."
Let me look it up right now. Hold on, let me see.
When he was Chubbs.
Dylan. That was his
Dylan.
name.
Okay, yeah, Dylan. Thanks a
Wow.
lot. Yo,
When he
ballet,
was
yo.
Chubbs and Happy Gilmore. I was like,
Shots go out to ballet, man. Ballet be holding the chat down. Every time you forget about something, here she come.
Wow.
when he was Chubbs and Happy Gilmore. That was something else.
Oh man, when he was Chubbs, it's like he had a range when it came to his acting, and he really, I guess you could say, he was celebrated, but not as much. Maybe you could say low key. He was celebrated because we definitely remember the
Right.
moments he had did in movies and shit like that. But it was like, has he ever won any awards and shit like that?
I don't know.
It would suck
Honestly,
if he
this
didn't.
is like random. Vegeta from Dragon Ball kind of reminds me of Apollo. Very similar vibes.
You think so?
Yeah,
Well, they
Because
both
they're
died
both-
fucked up.
because
Vegeta
they're
got
both
way more.
they're-
He got way
because
more
Apollo
attitude.
was all about pride and shit, just like Vegeta.
Yeah, but
But they
Vegeta
both
got
died
way
fucked
more
up. So
attitude.
yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Oh, of course, it's anime. I always remember that. I always remember that line he did in what was it, Rocky 2, where he's like, "Man, I won, but I didn't beat him."
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I didn't whoop him.
And it's definitely a fact because we the trainer was like, "Yo, I never seen you beat anybody up like how you beat this dude up," and he kept coming back for more and more. We don't need that dude in our life.
Mr. T went on a 5-minute rant on Apollo in Rocky. I think it was like Rocky 3. Was it Rocky 3? Yeah. It was Rocky
Yeah.
3. It was
I'm
probably the
not-
funniest shit I've read in my
dude,
life.
as a matter of fact, Rocky has spoke about the whole Apollo, this sad situation. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Y'all go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna try to find it real quick.
Don't give him
Okay.
a statue, give him guts. That was
Cause
my
he
favorite
had
funny shit.
about that shit too.
Oh,
And then
man.
Mr. T proceeded to beat the dog shit out of Rocky
Yeah.
after he killed Mickey.
Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck?
Get up, you bum, because Mickey loves you.
What the hell?
Like he proceeded to be the dog shit out of him. Like, it was just the funniest shit ever.
Yeah. You can tell he being like Rocky. Like Clubber Lang was the only dude that killed Rocky, or Rocky like went out like a bitch when he hit that KO. Rocky was like, ooh.
Okay, I found it. Yeah, I found it. He was a mess. Shots go out to World Star Hip Hop. I don't know if Sylvester Stallone had took down the video, but I'm getting this via World Star Hip Hop.
Oh,
Like the
man.
ass beating he gave.
Remember when they were the thing like in the early 2010s? Everybody was like, World Star? World Star? That was so funny.
World Star! Like it was just bad.
Everything about it, I give him incredible credit and kudos because
Let me eat something.
when he
I'll be
walked
back.
into that room and I saw him for the first time, I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his power, his athletic ability, but more importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a horrible loss. And I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic. And I was so fortunate to be part of his life.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have said.
To answer your question, I got to look up his full history. I know he received an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor for the Mandalorian show, but I'm sure he's won other. He's been nominated for other stuff and won other awards. I got to go down the rabbit hole and see what I can find. He did a lot of shit though. I'm
Yeah.
going through his resume. He made his debut in Good Times in 1975 and was in Magnum Force in 1973.
Look, you
Uncredited
said he
though.
was in Good Times?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, and he played
episode
football. Yep.
episode The Nude. That's what it's called.
Man.
Oh, really? He
Yeah,
he
he played
voice
football.
acted Jax in Mortal Kombat X. I know that. Cool.
Which Mortal Kombat?
Mortal
X.
Kombat 10 X.
Oh shit, he did? Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah, man.
was
That's a little fun fact there.
Mhm.
Right. That's what we telling motherfuckers. I need to sub to the fucking round table. We be learning shit over here, huh? And shots go out to Hot Pockets, man. Seriously.
We still ain't get a Hot Pocket sponsor yet.
You know, we gotta work at it. Gotta work at it. You know, it's all good. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
I'm old enough to remember when all the WWF pay-per-views were brought to you by Spandex. Yeah.
Brought, and also the what was that boot called?
I know what you're talking about.
Jugs.
Shit. Yeah. That's what it was called.
Jugs. They were bought by Jug Boots.
Jugs. I never heard of that.
I know that's some old school shit for your ass right there.
I remember lugs, but not jugs.
It was lugs too. It was both.
I remember lugs. I ain't gonna lie. I used to like lugs. Lugs was that shit. Motherfuckers be trying to hate. Like,
Yeah,
especially when it came to
didn't
the
Rikishi, wasn't Rikishi rocking some lugs like in 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
lugs,
yeah,
fat wear. Remember what was it? Rikishi wear, fat wear.
Rikishi wore those lugs with that leather jumpsuit.
Yeah. Yep. That's when he turned heel.
That heel turn didn't work.
Man.
That heel turn didn't work, but yeah, his outfit.
Yeah, it definitely didn't.
But that
I guess-
outfit was
Good theme though. The theme, I ain't gonna
Can we
lie. The
celebrate him
theme,
for Black History Month? Like, do
the
you think we
theme,
can
the
celebrate
theme
him?
low key was a banger though.
I'm a bad man.
You think can we celebrate Rikishi for Black History Month? I don't care what nobody say. Like, I consider like Samoans black in a way too.
They're black, dude. What
They
basically
are
happened,
black,
bro?
realistically.
What basically happened, bro? I mean, y'all know this anyway. Listen, To those that don't know, man, Africa is the origin of life. All of us are
Right.
from Africa, and
Yes. It all
basically,
started from there. Yes.
right, and basically, we all scattered the world and lived at different places. Samoans are just basically they're our ancestors that went to the island. And they're just like, yo, man, this is pretty chill. Let's just chill here, and that's basically it. That's
Yo, you
Samoans. So,
and the rest is history.
Right.
Yeah, man. So what else happened on SmackDown?
Well, where do you want to start?
I didn't watch
Bailey.
anything.
Well,
I seen
Bailey.
this dude Rock pull up tonight. I think I seen a clip of him pulling up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, The Rock was there and he confronted Roman Reigns.
Just I ain't gonna lie, just them staring each other down. It's a moment. It's definitely a moment.
yeah, man, I'm surprised Rock didn't pass out on his way to the ring. Nice.
He was sweating up a storm.
You
You
know
know he
he always
was.
walked to the ring sweating.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know. Like I think that might be high sodium.
well, more or less, Roman and Rock is confirmed. When that match is going to happen, I don't know. But they more or less
Then
confirmed.
right, then Bailey chose
Ooh,
yo.
breaking news. Breaking news. Tiffany Stratton and because it's Black History Month, Naomi's to smack. I ain't gonna lie. If that's the case, if Naomi is signing SmackDown, pull the fucking trigger now. That's it. We're
I've
not
been
gonna
saying
have
since
Naomi come up in SmackDown and do the I'm glowing, and all this other bullshit. Take
I've
your
been
ass to fucking the bloodline. Jacob Fatu, you come through too. Let's rebuild the fucking bloodline.
Yeah, you need to let that go,
I've been
bro. I'm
Let's
sorry.
get it.
saying. Look, man, I know you're annoyed. We're all annoyed with the Jimmy Uso shit, bro. But at this point, Roman Reigns does not need the bloodline anymore.
Hold up, I gotta give a compliment. I'm watching Rampage and I see a Queen. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Queen Amada. I'm
Is that the
sorry.
one that
And
got the was it the Lariat Tubman?
What?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
the name.
that's her, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, remember I was
yeah.
telling y'all about her from before. That's a special
Yeah.
move, the Lariat Tubman.
I
I
saw
love
her
it.
I saw her like 2 years ago, like on I was watching AEW Dark, which I never did. 2 years ago I saw an episode and I saw her on there and I was like, yo, this chick's actually pretty good. So I'm seeing her, she's wrestling Willow, and I'm like, oh yo, you're like low key, she's kind of a baddie. Anyway, continue, Joe. Continue.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
What was it? Who she? It was MLW. Yeah, she was in MLW. That's the first time I seen her.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, man, we got Tiffany Stratton and Naomi to SmackDown. Breaking news from Ballet.
Yo,
I
no
Tiffany
guess
cat.
Stratton.
Yo,
I
no
think
cat
Tiffany
though.
Stratton should have went to Raw. And so, like for
I
instance,
guess
right? So, like if Becky Lynch and Nia Jax having a match or whatever, have Tiffany Stratton come in and what I mean, cause her the match, cause Becky Lynch to match, and be like, you know what? You costed me my belt, or matter of fact, you took the belt from me, the NXT belt from me. So now I'm gonna fuck with you.
well, what
I'm
I
gonna
want to
be
do
honest
is
with you.
I want to give them some compliments. I still think they could do better. One of the things I do like what they're doing is the brand stuff is still fucking dead. I don't give a fuck about it. It still means nothing. But at the very least, I appreciate the fact that we're getting Aldis and Pierce trying to basically shoot their shot to get them to sign with the show. Like, Aldis is scouting Jade, and Priest Pierce is scouting Braun Breaker. I like that aspect of it. That's the shit that like Bischoff and Stephanie used to do, like when the brand split first started, all the
Right.
way back in 2002. So I do like that because it at least creates the illusion that there is a brand thing. But what I would like to see more of is I want to see more. I want to see Aldis and Pierce be like, yo, if you join my brand, here is what I can do for you. Like, say for instance, Pierce is like, "Yo, Jade, if you join my brand, you'll get first shot
Thanks
at
for the
Rhea
like.
Ripley,"
Thanks for the
or
like.
something. You know, like give me a storyline reason for why they chose one brand over. That's kind of like my issue is that when people debut, they just appear on Raw or SmackDown, and there's no explanation for okay, why did they choose this show? You know what I mean? Like, give me a storyline explanation. Even something
Right.
simple like
Yeah.
Aldis agreed to pay you more money, or Pierce agreed to pay you more money with less dates, or something. You know, so they're doing a lot better than what Vince was doing. I'll give them that, but
Yeah.
I want to see a little bit more with story kayfabe on why they're choosing certain brands.
I think Tiffany Stratton should teach Charlotte how to do a moonsault.
Yeah, I seen Charlotte was backstage when on the Royal Rumble. She was greasing down this dude Andrade.
I mean, that's her husband, so why not? I'm
Hey,
still
that's
waiting.
fine. And then
I'm
when
still
she
waiting.
heals up,
I'm
and when
still
she
waiting for
heals
the
up,
announcement to. I'm still waiting for the story to come out that she's pregnant.
well, when she heals up, she
I
just
see you,
needs to
Black Star.
just completely repackage herself and just just a completely new character, and just fucking be like a manager for Andrade. Like, she just needs a complete repackage from top to bottom, like everything, the attire, her character, just everything. No
Who are you
more
talking
this
about?
queen bullshit. We're just talking about Charlotte when she does come back.
Oh, okay. Well, she did get Andrade ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For the
that's what I was
Rumble.
just talking about when she was greasing them up and all that backstage.
Andrade about to get her pregnant for real.
Hey, that's great, man. That gives the women's division more time to heal from her bullshit. So
But
Braun Breaker
like I
was
said,
Braun Breaker is a definite future heavyweight champion. Period.
he just needs to settle down on the I got the best spear in the business. Like, you got a good spear, but not the best spear in the business, bro. You got the
First
intensity
off,
though.
I
pause.
don't think
I
he's.
would say first off, pause, but second of all, fuck that. Fuck that. Go there with it.
I
Because
mean,
we
I
all
think he's.
know
I mean, his spear is
it's
nice.
competitive. You have to feel that way and back it up.
I
That's what
mean,
gets
but like I
people
said, like
talking.
earlier today, like I was just talking to people like about wrestling, and I said that like, hey, like how people feel about the about the AEW women's division. It's the exact opposite about the WWE men's division. Like, they're not set yet.
I
What do you
mean,
mean? I don't like. What do you mean?
Like, okay, like who do you see as the top half or the main event of the WWE men's division? Like let's take away Cody, Roman, Seth versus whoever. Let's just take those two away. Who's the next two below them?
Shit,
Probably
easy.
Gunther.
Gunther, Drew McIntyre. You got AJ. AJ is still hot. Let's not forget about AJ now.
you got LA Knight and Randy Orton back in the mix too.
Well, I
So it's
want to know.
not,
I don't know about LA Knight. I think LA Knight should make
I
that
mean,
mid card pop. He should
you
just be
can
in the
build
mid
him
card
back
holding
in.
it down.
Yeah, I'm like they got options, and plus
Yeah,
if
they do. Yes.
and plus it looks like they're bringing up Braun Breaker to SmackDown. So and plus Carmelo Hayes has been cooking too.
Yeah.
No, but like I said, like there isn't like an upper mid card. There isn't like
Oh, I see what you're
We
saying.
just
I got
said
you.
yeah.
them. We just said them. They could be.
I didn't hear you guys, so
Okay, I'll
that's what I
say it
was.
again.
Okay,
I'll say it again.
all right.
Are you talking about the mid card or the heavyweights?
The upper mid card.
Well, let's really be real. Who we just named, they could play. They could be in the mid card division or in the upper mid card.
But to me, there is no interchanging. There is your main event and there is your upper mid card. There's no interchanging between the two.
I think SmackDown's mid card is incredibly weak. But I've already given my theory on that. I think that's because they gave up on Fox, and I think when they move to USA later this year, they'll probably start giving a shit again. And I think Logan Paul being U.S. champion does absolutely nothing for that division. But I've
I've
already
been
set my
said
piece there.
that. I've been said that shit. I've been said that should have been solo spot.
Right.
You know what I think it is, too, and I do
Like
agree
they
with you
need
guys. Like I definitely love the like his in ring work and him being like that cocky prick or whatever the case may be, the jock, the athletic jock that thinks he's better than everybody. My dude, you gotta have matches. You gotta have matches on a regular SmackDown here and
yeah,
there.
but him not being there is a huge minus.
That's what I'm saying. But
Basically, he
not
pops off.
cutting a promo, not cutting a promo, but actually put him in matches. You could put him in a
Basic,
match with a fucking bum. You know what I mean? Just to
basically, he pops off.
showcase
He
his
pops off.
showcase his skills.
Logan, the thing about Logan is he basically pops off their social media. He gives them good numbers on like Twitter and TikTok and
Yeah, and
YouTube.
I'm all for
That's
it.
all well and good, but it doesn't have anything to do with the actual on-screen product. It doesn't make the
And with that,
on-screen product better.
Right.
and
And
with
you know
that,
what I
I
think he should
say,
do when it comes to that? What I think he should do when it comes to that? Have him with the US championship more. Like, all right, for instance, like how this dude was laid up when he first won the US championship and he was laid up with his lady. Instead of him hugging up on his lady, he was hugging up on the US championship. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Keep doing shit like that. Like when it comes to the US championship.
You know what they should do? You know what they should do? I can't believe I'm saying this. This is actually one of the few times I think like TNA had a good idea. TNA has the digital media title, which I still don't understand the point of that belt. But as I understand it, basically it's a belt that represents the internet. I think you know what will make Logan Paul work. I'm like channeling your idea, saying man, if they brought Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, back to WWE, Matt Cardona versus Logan Paul, because Matt
Mhm.
Cardona is all about getting himself over in the internet.
Right.
And so Logan Paul could be like, well, you know, you were the king of the internet like a decade ago. I'm the king of the internet now. I feel like a feud between those two would work, and it would actually translate to television. And then he could lose the belt to Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, or whatever. I'm just fantasy booking. I'm
No,
just trying to
I'm
think of a
listening. I'm
person.
listening.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a wrestler that I think would actually play off Logan Paul and like what he brings to the table. And I actually think Matt Cardona could do it if
like,
he was with WWE.
let me just say this now. I don't like scam artists, and I really don't like Logan Paul. So if
Oh, I
anything
feel
is
you, bro.
Logan Paul, I say, who gives a shit? Who cares?
I feel you. I know
Well, not,
exactly what you're talking
let's
about.
not even do that. Here's the thing.
I'm dead serious.
That's
Who gives a
like yo,
shit?
90% of these motherfuckers ain't shit. You know what I mean? It's what we know about and what we don't know about. It just is what it is. I learned when it comes to all aspects of entertainment, you gotta know how to separate the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, but it's really
And I'm
not.
sick and tired
Because
of people
if you was
saying that.
to hold on, give me 1 second, my dude. If you was to be on that type of time when it comes to certain things that you disagree with, when it comes to a content creator, or artist, whatever the case may be, you're not gonna be watching anything. You're gonna be just reading books and looking at a fucking wall. Cause a lot of these motherfuckers done did dirt. A lot of them.
But like I said, like okay, then like if you say like, oh, let's separate the art from the artist, you could say the same thing about Benoit. Separate the art from the artist.
Yeah,
All
I
things.
look. I never said he sucked as a wrestler. That's one thing you never heard me say. I say he's a piece of shit. Yes, he is. But him being a trash wrestler, I never said that. When it came to him in that fucking ring, forget about it.
I
But,
agree.
but,
I'm not
but
gonna
other than
lie.
that, he could have a motherfucking a demon dick up his poop shoe. Give a fuck.
What makes Benoit a different animal is the last act of his life doesn't match his life, which is what makes it a touchy subject for some people.
Yeah,
You know,
and I do. I definitely agree with that. I do. You know what I'm saying? It's just
hmm
when
It just
when
sucks,
we
honestly.
watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode, and we've heard the actual people that was in their lives at the time, and we just heard them talk about the decline of when it came to this dude Chris Benoit's mental, and you know what I'm saying, when it came to Eddie Guerrero passing, and
I said it from the jump. At when Eddie died, Benoit was never the same,
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end.
and it showed in the ring after that year too. It showed in his performances. Not a lot of people noticed, but he was wrestling different ever since that day.
that's why I made the video that I did from before. I believe in soul ties. You know what I mean? It don't have to be sexual. It could be non-sexual too. It's just that you could just link with that particular person, and when that person is not around anymore or as adaptable, that shit just throws your whole shit off. You just not the same person.
Like a part of his soul died that day
so
that
since
Eddie
we're
died.
talking about Dark Side of the Ring, shout outs to Vince for giving us like 3 more seasons worth of content.
Man, look,
310.
man, look, yo, that's
Man,
some
that yo,
bullshit.
that's
Though.
gonna
On some
be
real shit, we're gonna
oh
get
man.
all these memories are gonna be gone. Like when it comes to the network and all that shit, all those beautiful Vince McMahon skits. Like, yes, going back to Tip and Rain, the art from the artist.
Uh-huh.
Like all those beautiful skits that this dude Vince McMahon had hit, the promos, the life sucks and then
I
you
don't think
die. That shit is gone.
No, let me just say this, and I'm going to say this because it needs to be said. With Benoit, you can't search for him on the network. Like if you type the name Chris Benoit, it will say no search results found. You have to look at everything show by show, episode by episode, in order to find what you're looking for. Or you have to Google search it. Same thing's gonna happen with Vince. You're gonna have to Google search everything in order to find what you're looking for.
That's gonna be very awkward. And I feel sorry for the team because that's how it works. For anyone who doesn't know, there's a team of people that they specifically hire, and literally their job is just to sit down and just watch old episodes of whatever to edit it out. That's going to be a headache
oh man.
because, and that's going to
There's
be a
way
headache
too
because,
many moments to
right,
erase when it comes
because
to Vince.
it's going to be a headache when they get to New Generation because the New Generation, Vince was on commentary and he was like, back then the show would start off with him talking about whatever the card was going to be
Yeah.
every single
Well,
week.
he
So
was
that's
a
going to be
good
awkward.
commentator. I'm not
That
gonna
is gonna
lie.
be so. How the fuck they gonna do that? How can
They're just
I have
not.
no
They're just
idea.
not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
We can't hear what a maneuver anymore.
They're not going to do it.
They can't, there's no way they could do all of that because
That's
they would have.
They're going to make it.
impossible.
They're going to
That's
make
too
it
much
impossible.
content, bro.
They're going to make it
That's way too
impossible.
much.
For you to
Yo, this
search
shit
for
is
it.
gonna be like when it go to Saturday night's main event. It's gonna be like one match.
Well, the
per
one I'm
event.
the most curious about. I'm the most curious about 1999 when. Well, actually, no, 98, late 98 to all of 99 when Vince formed the
The
corporation.
Attitude Era is gonna be abolished. There's no
Right,
Attitude
right.
Era.
Because
No,
The
every
Attitude
single
Era
Raw would
is
start
never
off with
gonna
like
happen.
Vince and
What's going
Shane
to
or
happen is that
whoever.
they're going to make it impossible for you to search for it.
No, the Attitude
You're
Era
gonna
is
have to.
gonna be abolished, and the ruthless
No.
aggression
They're going to have to
is gonna
Google
be
search it.
abolished.
They're going to have to Google search in order to find what you're looking for.
No, you do what I do. Go on YouTube and watch the shit.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what I do.
You,
That's what I
you can
do.
also do that, but
I mean,
that's
that's what I
the only
do.
way that you can do it.
Yeah, because most of the Attitude Era, most of the early '80s and '90s, and the ruthless aggression era are all gonna be gone.
Right.
That's
So
way
to
too
any
much
I
stuff.
doubt that.
to
I
any
doubt that
listeners
so
out there,
seriously.
So to any listeners out there who don't have the network, I don't know how it is now because in America you can't use it unless you have a VPN. But how it was before, using Benoit here as an example, if you looked up WrestleMania 20 or any show, it had like little bars at the bottom of the screen to tell you what time stamp to watch whatever match, whatever segment. But then anything that Benoit was on,
It'll
there
say
was
punches
no
in action.
timestamp. Right, it
It'll
was
say
blank.
the opponent is in action. That's what
Yeah.
Right. So if you grew up through that era, you know it's Benoit. But if you didn't grow up, you're just kind of like, what is this? Like it's just a blank area. And so they did that for everything that Benoit was involved in, whether it's ECW, WCW, or WWF. As a matter of fact, I think on the network, and again, I don't know now because I don't have a VPN, but I think like on the network, they didn't even have a picture of the triple threat for Mania 20. I think the picture was like Taker and Kane or something.
Yeah, the last match they talk about is Taker and Kane on WrestleMania 20, which sucks because little fun fact is I was actually there for WrestleMania 20.
But you can still watch the match in its entirety. That's the point, though.
No, you can, but it's gonna be very difficult to find it unless you got WrestleMania 20 on DVD, or if you go on.
No, I can watch the entire match in its entirety on the network.
I think what they'll probably do is they'll probably keep Vince's commentary on there, but all his in-ring segments, they're just gonna have to do the same thing where they don't have his name timestamped. Last I heard, the people at Netflix, which is very important by the way, because people need to understand as well that even though Vince himself is in trouble, more people that are coming out, they're holding the company itself responsible for the toxic work environment. So this could still be very detrimental to the Netflix relationship. But one of the top executives at Netflix is a female, which is important. And I forgot her name. She was asked like, hey, how do you feel about Vince and what's going on? And the exact comment they said was, he's not there. Which seems to imply that, okay, that they know about it, but because Vince isn't there anymore, they're going to still get in bed with WWE and play ball, which is good.
By the time they're done, I guarantee you this is going to be the case. They're just going to keep Raw. They're going to air Raw, and that's it.
Probably, yeah.
I was saying this, right? I'm going to go all the way there with it. That shit is going to go through a major clean sweep in the years to come. Like
I said, they're going to air Raw, and that's it.
The writings is already on the wall. You think that it's going to stop now? They are going to make sure this dude Vince burns. They really are, and then it's gonna just bleed down.
Fuck that! It's already begun. Laurinaitis already cut ties with his ass.
Oh yeah,
it don't matter.
John Laurinaitis is about to be a fucking snitch. He gonna sing like a canary.
Oh yeah,
this shit. Sure. Yo, they hit. We all thought Lesnar was bulletproof. Look what they're doing with Brock.
Yo, Brock is about to get next to do. They already took down his merchandise and his creative.
We thought like, oh, Brock, man, look, this dude got the best job in the world. He bulletproof. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen to Brock. Look what happened.
Laurinaitis is about to get raped paused for the next 10 years.
He about to sing like a canary, man. That's what he about to do.
And Brock
if they end up getting convicted, they ain't going to no damn Gen Pop. This why these motherfuckers stack money like this, like because they know. Matter of fact, let me take that back. Let me stop. Continue on, y'all.
Nah, they about to get I know exactly what you're
machine gun.
Yeah.
No, they ain't gonna get convicted. It's gonna be like that last scene in the casino when everybody got whacked off one by one. That sounded really bad of context. My bad.
But, that's really bad. They pause to every single syllable of that word.
Every single syllable. More names will be revealed, and will go back further than the current time frame. Right.
Like, yo,
what's her name again? What's shorty name again?
Maria.
Not Stacey Cuba. What's the other one that was around at the time? Tori Wilson. What's
Uh,
Tori
Did
Wilson?
you see? Did
Yo,
you see?
she about to. A lot of women is about to come out and
I'm telling you,
expose
man,
this shit.
they listen to us, bro. We've been talking about this shit. How many times have we talked about how all those chicks from the ruthless aggression era just fucking disappeared off the face of the earth? They never came back. Where is
They're about to
Victoria?
return now.
Where's
I remember
where's Layla?
Renee, what's his name? My dude, Paul London. He was on
Right.
Renee Dupree
Well,
podcast
Paul
talking
London
about
would be.
how
Well, Paul London is
Ashley
burying
Massaro,
everybody.
Ashley Massaro used to just run to this dude Paul London crying
I think she
about
committed
Ben.
suicide. That's the most fucked up part about that entire situation. She committed suicide.
Yeah, so it's like, what is going on?
What do
Molly
they know?
Holly?
That's what's
Really?
really going.
It raises.
What Molly Holly had to say about what you talking about, Henny God?
She came back, didn't she?
Molly Holly just they just
she's
put
come
her
back.
in
Molly Holly's coming.
yeah, they put her in the Hall of Fame and everything. She's
Yeah, she
back.
came back recently.
Yeah, Molly Holly is one of the few. She's one of the few from that era that has come back. But yeah,
But the most fucked up. But like, did you hear what HBK said yesterday? I think during like a.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit was pretty funny. Shots go out to HBK for that slick shit. That was
What'd
pretty
he
funny.
say?
to say.
What'd he say?
Go ahead and say it. Man, back. I'll say it.
Yeah. Go ahead, say it.
You said, man, look, I'm the heartbreak kid, Shawn Michaels. I never had to take nothing from anybody.
Yeah, all I gotta say to that is he was called a boy toy for a reason.
Yeah.
But that shit was more like, because
Women
you
literally made
know what I
that
mean? Like, at
man.
that time, even black
He had
shit.
he had mad women on him at that time though.
Yeah, he's
every
like, I
time,
ain't take
every
nothing
time
from
I think of
nobody.
Shawn
Like, take
Michaels,
what? I'm not taking nothing. Like, why not take
every
anything
time
from
I
anybody?
think, every time I think of Shawn Michaels, I think of that one You Shoot interview with the Road Warriors. They were like in a hotel. I can't say it without laughing. And Animal was talking about how Shawn Michaels had his own office at Stanford, which is true. He did. Brett said it too. And Animal was alluding to the fact that he thought that Shawn and Vince were gay.
Oh my god!
He thought that they were gay lovers.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Like every time I hear HBK talk, it just goes back to that one statement he made. We said HBK lays down for absolutely nobody.
He said unless you're some hot chick, HBK ain't laying down for you.
Yeah, but I believe that though. I believe that Vince and Shawn did have something going on because I know for a fact that Shawn is the as a matter of fact we talked about it. Shawn and Brock are the only top guys ever in the history of the business to just disrespect Vince to his face, and Vince would just say nothing. You know, like when I mean disrespect, I mean like Shawn, he could walk up to Vince and just be like "fuck you" or spit in his face or just throw like Vince he would just take
it. Brett?
I've heard about that too.
If it's nothing.
Well, no. Brett punched him. Brett punched him when he got
that was
that.
We talking about. I know exactly what this dude was talking about. Like Shawn Michaels was on that type of time. Like, he could just walk up to Vince randomly and just disrespect them.
Right.
And it'll be like whatever. And let's remember, a lot of people don't be saying this shit. The time when this dude Shawn Michaels was champion, he wasn't earning no money for the fucking company.
Yep.
He wasn't. He was one of the least grossing champions of all time in WWE.
The one
and this dude Diesel, Big Daddy Cool.
Nah, Diesel was way worse.
The one person that made HBK behave was Taker when Taker threatened to kill him.
He take up backstage.
Every time I saw Taker and Shawn's matches back then, I was like, yo, Taker really fucking Shawn up for real.
I always love how Austin talks about it. He's so diplomatic with it. One time somebody asked Austin on his back when he was doing his podcast, he was like, is it true that Taker was gonna beat the shit out of Michaels if he didn't do the job at Mania? And Austin said, I heard that story, but I can't confirm. But let's just say every time Sean and Taker were on the same card, it was a rough night at the office for Sean.
I believe it, yo. One of the big examples. If you ever want another example, look back at that Hell in a Cell match that they had, Taker and Sean. The beating that Sean took in that match felt personal.
HBK smartened up quick, fast, in a hurry around Taker.
Oh my god.
He turned into a motherfucking Harvard graduate.
But yeah, just Sean and Brock. The only one with Brock that we have legit on camera, I'm sure everyone has seen it already, was what was it, WrestleMania 34? Brock and Roman had a really bad match, and
where he threw Brock threw the belt. Yeah.
Right. Like no one else could do that type of shit. Like Hogan would not be able to do that. Austin would not be able to do that. Roman would not be able to do that. Anyone else did that, they'd get fired on the spot. But like Sean and Brock, they could just tell Vince to fuck off. And
because Brock will commit mass murder if you fire him.
Thanks for the likes.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy
about is like, hey, we need a black champion for this February on Black History Month, especially given the fact that Brock is out of here.
Yeah, Brock will kill him.
No, this dude Brock is we all know. we already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
But speaking of,
be champion for months.
Speaking of, what's you guys' best or worst black champion ever? When it comes to all wrestling, WWE, WCW, WWF, whatever. Let's have fun with this. Pause.
That's easy. I'll go first.
Like,
when I say he's the worst,
wait. Start with the best. We're gonna start with the best champions first, and then after that, we all gonna talk about the worst black champions.
So we're going clockwise and then counterclockwise, or
just go ahead.
Okay.
Shoot from the hip. But first, talk about the best black when it comes to male and female.
Okay, well, I'll keep it simple because I know you guys are gonna cook on this one. The best to me will always be Ron Simmons. You know, the OG.
Damn, he said, "Oh."
Well, you can still pick Ron Simmons. You can just give your own reason, bro. I was just gonna say the best will be Ron Simmons because, and I mean this with respect because obviously there were other black champions and other companies, but on a nationally televised promotion, you know, it's a different level. So you know, Ron opened the door for all of us. You know, without Ron, we wouldn't be here. So he's always going to be number one. As far as the worst, I have to be very clear with this. I don't think he's the worst as a talent, but I think he's the worst just in hindsight with what we now know. The worst is Ahmed Johnson. He was injury prone, and he was a fucking idiot. He looked like $1 million. He looked like $1 million. His finish, the Pearl River Plunge. I still remember the name to that move.
It's interesting. It's interesting how you connected Ron Simmons to both people.
I know, crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah,
Ahmed.
crazy.
You know. Despite the fact that he's a fuck up,
what? Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
Despite the fact that he's a fuck up, historically speaking, I would still argue he's still a Hall of Famer because he's the first ever black Intercontinental Champion, and whether or not you think he deserves it or not, no one can take that away from him.
No, I'll give you that. He deserves to be in.
Right, but to me, he's always he's the first wrestler I always think of like, man, if only this dude just stayed out of his own fucking way, if he kept his mouth shut, if he didn't get hurt, like who knows where you know how far it could have gone. But that's my list. Ron and Ahmed.
Well, that's it. Like all of
I'm keeping it simple.
And not only you guys. All right. I will say this: Shelton Benjamin was one of the best intercontinental and U.S. champions that we ever had.
The gold standard was
a
great gimmick.
Ain't no stopping me, no.
Like I think he should have had a run with the WWE ECW championship He should have had like a good 2-month run because remember he went to ECW as the gold standard also. Just imagine him just turning that belt to like a hardcore gold belt. You know what I mean? Like it's gold, but it's like hardcore looking. Whatever. You know, I'm just fantasy booking, but you know what I
Come
mean.
on, say man. If he had won that belt, they would have made him dye his hair silver. He would have had a Cisco gimmick. You would have lost it.
Okay. What's another other champions I could talk about? Remember Jazz, one of the best black women's one of the best black women champions.
She was good.
Damn. Okay, let me see. The Harlem Heat. Come on now. That goes without questioning.
So you just have a fucking list. Go ahead.
You coming for you, nigga?
Come for you, nigga.
Harlem Heat. Hold up. We gotta talk about this. What Harlem Heat doesn't get credit for, what they don't get their flowers for. Harlem Heat was so believable with their gimmick,
right?
That everybody legitimately thought they were from New York when they were from
from 125th, right from Harlem.
Right.
Like when I was a kid, I thought they was really from 125th.
Right.
Stevie Ray, even though he fucking sucked, he looked like he could legit whoop your ass.
Right. That type of believability is just gone. That is how realistic their gimmick was. Everybody thought that they were from Harlem for real.
Right.
They were so cool that a lot of folks, they thought Sherry was light skinned. She was white. She was white.
I swear to God. I thought she was Spanish. I swear to God, like when I was younger, man, like she was so bad when she man, look, I just didn't understand at the time that they thought Miss Elizabeth looked better than Scary Sherry or Sensational Sherry.
WCW wasn't even close.
Are you kidding me? This
WCW wasn't even close. Miss Liz took 10 times, looked 10 times better than.
It's what they do, man. They're still doing it now, man. What they do is it's like they'll take like and this isn't even wrestling, man. This is real life because y'all know what I'm talking about, man. It's like you take a chick that looks good, and then it's like using makeup and using like awkward clothing. You make a really attractive chick and you make her look average. And then you take an average chick.
Like with Deanna Purrazzo. The whole shit with Deanna Purrazzo. They saying, oh, she's fat. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with these people?
They're weirdos, man. They're weirdos. It's the other way around too. Like they'll take like an average chick and then give her a really nice dress and do her hair and then make her look like 10 times better than she actually is. You know, I've said this before. Like we give Nia Jax a lot of shit. She's a very pretty lady, but it's hard to tell with those bodysuits that she's wearing. Like, why the fuck are you giving her bodysuits? Why? Because she's big?
Here's the thing. Like, I would say this, right? From afar, I mean, ever. I never said she was ugly, me personally, but I'm not here for that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You're pretty, you're pretty. My thing was her just being a bum and injuring chicks and being sloppy in the ring. But when it comes to this previous run, what she's going through right now, the shit is chef's kiss. We not gonna fucking play about it. This run Nia Jax is having right now, the shit is chef's kiss. This is like the best run she's ever had.
By far her best run. Yeah, that's by far her best run.
Definitely.
So far.
And I agree with you. Deanna is not fat at all. She's very pretty.
Can I use
it's the whole thing about that? It's really the whole thing about
everybody that's fat.
She's overweight and she like really come on. Even if she was, who cares? As long as she's not hurting nobody and she's putting on good matches. Because let's really be real, not everybody can be in shape or look like they're in shape. As long as they're healthy and they're happy, who the fuck cares? We all not gonna look like motherfucking you know what I mean, Bianca Belair and fucking
Jade Cargill
and you know Bobby Lashley.
And one thing I can
Bobby Lashley 50 years
one thing
old,
I can tell you
30.
One thing I can tell you for sure is a lot of these dudes on social media, like they're
are
fake
fucking
because
idiots.
it's
Are
like
fucking idiots,
like
bro. Like how
right
you
a
if
lot
you
a lot of them are fake with their fat shaming and shit because they'll fat shame a chick online, but it's like in real life, if that chick you're fat shaming actually slid in your DMs, like you wouldn't smash. You would.
man,
It's weird.
Right.
listen, I think
They'll be here for it. They'll definitely be
anybody who man, listen, anybody who fat shames Deanna Purrazzo is a fucking dumbass. Like I don't know
So
what
you
Since
mean
we're
tell
in
me
the month, might as well say it right now. Deanna Purrazzo looks good. Booker T.
right? If
right.
someone like if someone like a Deanna or like a Willow Nightingale or Athena, if they slid into the DMs, you're gonna be like, nah, you fat, like get the fuck out of here. You wouldn't say that shit.
I
after
I
you say
always
it.
said
Right.
the Willow Nightingale looks good. Like she's a
You
cute
know what's
she's a cute
funny
woman.
about Willow
Yeah, Willow
Nightingale?
Nightingale, yeah. Willow
You know what's
Nightingale
funny
looks
about
crack.
Willow Nightingale though? She actually reminds
And
me
she
of
can
how
wrestle. She can legitimately wrestle.
she
Right?
actually reminds me of how Jordan Grace used to look. Actually, they used to
Yeah.
have the same
Now,
body.
now you're losing me.
No, they
Willow
used to have the same. No, listen, they
No, no,
used to
no,
have
no,
the
no. He's right. He's
no.
right. Look at her before she got on the
I
PEDs,
did.
bro.
I've
I'm
been
talking
following
about her.
Jordan Grace's career. I'm good, fam. I always
I'm
been
not.
good.
Nah. I'm talking about how she used to look. I thought she
She's
looked great before.
Jordan Grace is on every
From
steroid in the
before she
known.
looked like Rick Moranis. I'm good.
Like before she got on every steroid in the known universe.
All right.
Yeah. Don't say no to drugs, kids. Yeah.
TKO, you
But
won
we
the
need
day.
that. We need that,
He said,
man.
don't say no to
But we need that, man. Like the women's wrestling and all companies need that, man. It would be boring if everybody looks like Roxanne Perez. No offense to her, but not everybody can look like that. You know, it's always
Wait, hold on. Are we really gonna ignore that? This dude
TKO officially just
don't
won the
say
day.
no to drugs.
TKO officially just won the day. I give
Oh,
up.
man.
There's
Hey,
no
all
joke
the
I can say
drugs
that
you
can top
want.
I said
There's
say
no joke
no
that
to
I can say that
drugs.
can top that right now.
I love it.
Man, listen, I can't. Yeah. Vince McMahon Vince McMahon already getting jammed up for that shit too.
Black
So
History Month right now. Take
Like,
all
and
the
plus-
drugs you can.
Like, plus, I've been trying to top that joke, but no, I there's nothing I can say that can top that.
yeah.
Literally nothing.
But yeah, the gangsters though. Yeah, B.
Oh,
the
the
fucking
gangsters.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the gangsters have like the best promo of probably of any tag team because
Oh, the OJ promo.
Oh
well,
god.
I remember New Jack would just be cutting promos like in random ghettos across New York. Like that was great. He cut one promo like in his. He cut one promo like in a subway. He cut another promo like at a fucking like outside of a jailhouse. Legitimately, it's good.
The OJ promo was by far the funniest promo ever. OJ, keep doing your thing. I'm like, ah, shit.
Yeah, we definitely miss you. We definitely miss you, New Jack. Man, we definitely miss New Jack.
You know, New Jack was the most uncensored, unapologetic loose cannon in the game, bro.
Now, my top black champions. I have two. It was Mark Henry, Hall of Pain gimmick. He was a world heavyweight champion on SmackDown. And of course, there's Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons can walk, so the rest can run.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And worse, it was Kofi Kingston because by far that was just some pure bullshit.
Which title? You mean it's WWE title reign?
Yes, after Brock whoops your ass, you're back to tossing pancakes and saying bootios and all that shit. Like fucking really?
He never got close to. That just shows that they never had faith in Kofi as the world champion because he never got near it since losing it.
It's like as soon as they got that SmackDown on Foxdale, Brock came in and was like, "Oh, is there niggers as champion?"
And that shit.
And then what didn't make sense about that to this day? What didn't make sense about that is they drafted Brock back to Raw, so he wasn't even on SmackDown.
Right.
What was the point of that?
another thing that made it worse is that Fox deal bit him in the ass. So like,
Right. Because these
I
dudes
said this.
still thought The Rock was still around. Because remember, was it that the first episode, maybe the second,
That
they
was the
had
when The
first. It was
Rock
the
showed
first.
up?
yeah, that was the first episode, and
Yeah, it was the first.
they don't know anything about the current talent, which speaks a
Right.
lot.
Like
Right.
these motherfuckers think they still full time.
Oh my god! Like, so basically, you just
I tell you
stand
this
there
much
and
right now:
hope
the
it's
people who are
garbage.
doing backflips right now that Brock is gone, it's Kofi, Biggie, and Bobby Lashley. They're all doing backflips right now.
Oh
Like what?
my
Brock is gone?
god!
About to say that Trick Williams dude should breathe a sigh of relief. He'll be safe in the future now.
Yeah,
And that's the other thing too. People saying that Trick should, be on the main roster right now. No.
but the main roster know who he is. They were chanting his
And
song, so
that's
he in good
good.
company.
That's great. But keep him in NXT. Like,
Just,
stop hot
just call it
shotting
Mello.
everybody. Let this dude cook. Let him simmer. It's like, have any of you guys cooked ribs before?
I
Mm-hmm.
have, yeah,
Yeah,
Now
a
you
couple
know where
times.
I'm going with this. We gotta
yeah.
let those ribs
Right.
slow cook when that meat fall off the bone. Pause. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Throw a little, barbecue sauce, little spice of vinegar. The ribs is already seasoned. Don't worry about that. That's how this dude Trick is. Just let him slow cook.
I
There's
will
no
say
there's
this
no rush
though.
for him to be called up to the main roster right now.
Trick, no, but I definitely think Mello should be though.
Oh yeah,
I remember
Mello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mello been already.
Mello. He been in the
Mello.
oven for like he's overcooked.
Yeah, Mello is Mello right now. He's cooking on SmackDown. Now's the time to push him as an upper mid card. Hell, I'll even vouch for him to beat Logan Paul if they go that route.
You know what I think he should do? I'm going there with it. I think this dude should bring back the light heavyweight championship.
Huh?
Mm,
You're not for that idea? Yeah,
I
you're not feeling that?
I don't think cruiserweights will ever work in WWE. No. Mm-mm.
not now. They try after how terrible they did the cruiserweight division. I don't see them doing that again.
Oh,
Well,
Vince. Oh, Vince
it's not just
personally
about
It
machined
that.
that.
won't be the cruiserweight, it'll be the lightweight. You know what I'm saying? That
It's
cruiserweight shit,
See,
that's just
the main reason why it'll never work in WWE. Well, Vince is gone now, so who
right.
knows?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Who knows? So I
Like
have to correct
he's
myself.
gone. Only
Right.
I know some real shit. Triple H, my dude. Because we all know that this dude constantly goes to Vince McMahon to get ideas and shit like that. That needs to stop. That really needs to stop.
Right.
I understand certain advice here and there because you can't just completely just, you know what I mean? Because Vince does have ideas. He still has some ideas, like maybe less than a handful. But when it comes to the whole program, we're not doing that shit. And
In the,
I think the lightweight championship should come back
He
and
can't
have
do that anymore. He can't
in
go
the
to Vince
previous
anymore.
incarnation, when they were doing 205 stuff, not just the presentation and performing in front of the wrong audience. The main reason why I thought it didn't work was because when you do a cruiserweight division or a lightweight division, you have to be legit about the weight limits. And what was weird about it was that
they
WWE
never
at that
did that.
time, right?
WWE never
WWE
did
was
that.
they were pick and choose on who they considered a cruiserweight and who wasn't. Like I never told this story here on the roundtable. I've told it on other ones. I know he could be an idiot, and I know like people are like fuck him, but like when Austin Aries was there, right? He was the commentator at the time, and then he started wrestling. I will always remember it was like a Raw, and it was like Austin Aries had a match. I want to say against Mustafa Ali, and it was a good match. And the very next match was Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. And it was like, what? Like Ali and Aries are bigger than Finn Balor. So why is Balor not in the cruiserweight division, yet Aries and fucking Mustafa Ali were? they were doing the same shit with Neville because Neville also was a cruiserweight and he wanted to wrestle like heavyweights. He wanted to wrestle like Rollins and Ambrose and Orton. And Vince was
Wasn't
like,
Neville the
no.
cruiserweight champion though?
Yeah, he wanted out though. He didn't want to be in the cruiserweight division anymore. That's the reason why he left. He wanted to like wrestle with everybody else, and they were just like, nah.
Which is
So,
sad because
wasn't that mostly because of Enzo being champion? That was the reason why he wanted to get the fuck out of there.
right. Yeah, he felt like he did everything he could do.
But that was part of the reason. But if you really go back and look at Neville's entire career in WWE, dude was pumping out bangers against heavyweights, not cruiserweights.
Right. And then they were saying shit like, I remember like the defense on social media at the time. People were saying like, oh, Finn Balor is too. Like, that's another reason too. That's another reason why it didn't work. Was I remember fans were saying, oh, Finn Balor is too big. I guess meaning popular. They're saying, oh, he's too popular to be in the cruiserweight division. And I said, well, if he's that popular, that's even a reason. That's more of a reason why he should be in the fucking division. Like, do you know how many masks Rey Mysterio sold when he was in WCW? When he was in WWE? They were selling out like hotcakes. Did Eric Bischoff, even though he can be an idiot at times, did Eric Bischoff look at Ray and say, oh, he's too over? No, if he's that over, put him in the division. So, anyway, I'm ranting here.
I mean, you're talking about.
I agree. Go ahead.
I mean, you're talking about Eric Bischoff, bro. This is the same dude that thought it was a good idea to have Ray take his mask off.
Yeah. Speaking of Bischoff, like he's loving it right now that this dude Vince McMahon faces to the fire.
I'll give Bischoff his props. It's very interesting with this Vince news because everyone has a podcast now, and it's like some of these people are just saying stuff like, "Yeah, we kind of figured," and some are going in, and then some are just being like defensive, and they're giving like Vince the benefit of the doubt. And to Bischoff's credit, Bischoff is like, "Hey, fuck him," big ups, good on him.
I mean, duh. I don't know who could
possibly. That was Public Enemy and the Gangsters.
Like you noticed what the Bucks did on Dynamite.
Yo, the Young Bucks VP gimmick is killing me. That shit.
They got rid of the Vince mustaches.
Yo,
bro,
that shit is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, they are funny with that shit. Yo, Tove and I talked about this. The Bucks are better as heels, like for real.
Yeah, they're much better.
Yeah, because they're natural born excuse me. Wow. They're natural born pricks.
I've always loved that name, the Public Enemy. That's a great tag team name.
Yeah. They were actually a lit ass tag team, Public Enemy.
What Rod Simmons and Bradshaw did to those poor two people.
Oh man.
I forgot how the lyrics go. Was it like everybody? Damn, what was the lyrics, Sam? Man, I can't remember. Something about we like to party. I thought you knew.
Nah, Public Enemy.
Oh, I know what it was.
I like Public Enemy though.
Well, I think it was like Roddy, we like the party, Roddy, or something like that. I think.
I wish I could play the fucking theme song because I ain't gonna lie, this copyright shit is so out of control. It really is.
WCW theme.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The copyrights are even worse now. Like I could barely even play. I get flagged on live streams for playing my own music. So
yes, because it all right. For instance, it could be a beat, right? The beat can be made from scratch.
Yeah,
but it could be a particular drum or a piano, whatever. They can fucking tell you to take that shit down off of one piece of an instrument.
Like, wasn't the label who did it or TKO?
You don't understand what I'm saying.
No. It's not the label that does it. Even if it's my own music, which it always is. I always play my own songs on my live streams.
Oh, okay.
But the point is, even if it's the smallest key, like an instrument or a small note that sounds like a mainstream song or an industry track, they will flag it.
Yes.
Because like I was like confused.
I won't go as far
I
as
just needed
flagging.
clarification.
I don't think they will flag
Yeah.
it, but they will let you know, like, look, you gotta take that shit down.
Yeah, that's why you see
It
all
could
these
be
live
just a
streams.
little piano note, just a little something so simple.
Yeah, that's why you see all these live streams say in their lives, "Don't own the copyrights to this." That's why they say that in their titles of their lives, so that they don't get taken down. Like it don't make no sense, but that's the way it is.
See, my thing is that I understand if it's a full blown track to like a Michael Jackson or Beyonce, Tupac, Biggie, whoever. When it comes to established tracks like that, cool. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a motherfucking a drum pattern, come on now.
Yeah. What artist created that?
Some motherfuckers do that shit though. And in the
Like,
way I
wasn't
don't blame them.
that wasn't that like a rock band? Because like everybody was like streaming music that time for free, and it's like, hey, like we need to get our money for that. Like we need to get our fair share of the copyright.
Shit, you gotta be more specific than that. Everybody
Like
been
it
on that
was
type of time.
it was when when Napster was a thing.
Jesus,
It was like
Napster. Damn, you went like what 10 years and that's like 10 years ago, isn't it?
It's been a minute.
Like goes back when me and Topher graduated high school.
Yeah,
Like, damn, like I figured you was younger than that though. Like, how you remember Napster?
I told you, me and Topher are the same age. We graduated in 05. Hold on.
now that you mentioned that, 20 years next year. Wow, we're getting old. Holes.
Jesus. Yeah, but I wanted to say something too, real quick. I never told my black champions, but
Well,
kind of
go ahead.
But I kind of want to ask y'all something with this one. How did y'all feel about the whole about Booker T's King Booker gimmick?
I loved it.
At the time when it happened, like as it was happening at the time, I was not a fan. But that was because I grew up watching Booker in WCW. I was a WCW kid, so I didn't like it. I thought it was
Right.
insulting.
Yeah,
However, as I got
right.
older and looked back at it, I was like, well, he reinvented himself as a heel, and it got him a push.
Right.
So I respect it.
Yeah,
I
because I was
respect
the
it.
same way. No, I ain't gonna lie, because I was the same way. I was the same way. But looking back on it now, it was literally Booker T's best WWE run.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy how you didn't give him the title against Triple H, but you put a crown on him, and now all of a sudden he's the world champion. It's crazy.
The part
But
that took me a while to get was whenever he got angry, he spoke in his natural voice. I thought that was funny.
yeah, but looking back on it now, it worked. So
Mhm.
props to Booker for that. So I fuck with it.
Didn't he like
Yeah,
knock out Batista in a fight?
like the gimmick.
Yeah.
The main thing I liked about it is when 1 minute he'll be in the regal voice, you know.
Oh
Oh,
God.
Thaddeus Long. He used to call him Thaddeus. Remember Theodore
I,
Long? He's calling Thaddeus Long.
he
If
called
if you if,
Jerry Jerome Lawler too.
Jerome
That
Lawler.
had me
if you
crying.
guys want to laugh, I go on YouTube and watch it like once a year. Find the clip. It's on the official WWE YouTube channel where Booker beat Ray to win the title when Chavo came in and hit Ray with the chair shot. There's a
Yeah.
there's a black dude in the front row wearing a fedora hat, and he is marking out. He is losing his shit.
Oh
Tell you,
man.
that King Booker shit, I don't care. Like, you know, certain people didn't really like that shit, given the fact that, oh, he has to act like that to be champion.
That's the only reason that they didn't like it, that he wasn't Booker T winning the title. But I get it. But
No,
you
Right.
but you know but you look at it,
because you know he had that match against Triple H, and it was a good match. But
Yeah.
just
Didn't he
Booker
win?
T should have won.
Didn't he win King of the Ring to become the king? Is that where the gimmick came from?
Yeah, that's where the king
yeah,
came from.
yeah.
But like,
Okay, well, yeah.
like the second that Booker T said King Booker, you look at Batista's face. He went to break so bad.
King Booker. Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah, that
that's
was
good
the
then,
last
because if he won
time.
King of the Ring, that means he actually was one of the last people to make that shit mean something. So that
Thank
just elevates
you.
King Booker even more.
Facts, man. That shit. That Booker T was the
second he
last
said
time
that,
to make King of the Ring important, man.
And
like
this
he
dude
personally,
JBL was selling that shit too. JBL was like, "Oh hell, King Booker, look
Yo,
his wife.
man.
His wife is like Cleopatra in Egypt."
Dude was giving a whole history lesson every time on
Yo, I
commentary.
loved it.
Low key,
Yo,
Given the
low
fact
key,
I'm gonna go there, I'm going there with it. Given the fact that he's a white man from Texas.
and low
yeah.
key, Charmel was a baddie, and clearly Kurt Angle thought so too. Wink, wink.
Oh God.
Oh my
Seattle
God.
sucks.
The origins
Oh
of
my
Perk
God.
Angle.
Booker T. Yo, Booker, I want to have sex with your wife.
Not regular sex, bestiality sex.
Oh
Like
my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Yeah, yo, Kurt was on some straight rapist shit for sure. Like, and the memes where they made it worse with the memes with the whole Jason Jordan story.
When Kurt went to TNA and he saw that tall black chick, whatever her name was, I forgot. When he saw her,
Yeah,
he was on that booty warrior shit. He was like, "I like you,
was
and
it
I want
Paniqua?
to."
like every single time I see Jason Jordan, like that old Family Guy song, "My Black Son, My Black Son."
Oh my lord.
Any god, like any champions, like it can come from WWE, WCW, WWF, you know what I mean, MLW, ECW, whatever, male, female, heavyweight champion, mid card champion, lightweight champion. The whole conversation is there, but they gotta be black.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
I'm
the
about to
word.
get you the fuck out of here now.
Rocket God.
Are you
No,
serious?
that was her name, Raka Khan.
I'm about to be like, yo, my dude.
Yeah, they had some weird names. Like there was her, and then there was that other chick. It was called Sonja Bolt. But then fucking Marky D calls
Sojo Bolt.
Sojo Bolt.
Sojo,
Yeah, I remember
right,
that.
but then Marky D calls her some jobber boat, which sounds just as good.
Yo, Marky D, yo, that dude is funny as shit.
Like
He's
there
a
was
real funny dude, B. Shouts go out to my dude Marky
Oh
D.
my God, Henny guy, you mentioned Orlando Jordan. Fuck that. I got
Oh wow, I forgot about Orlando. I almost forgot about Orlando Jordan, man.
Yeah, he's a fucking predator. Like fuck
He
him.
weird. Yo, that dude was weird.
Nah,
I like this.
there was like a
I
match
like
like
this. I'm not gonna lie though. I will say this about Orlando Jordan. I liked his entrance music.
No, but like there was this match where like Rocket Khan was facing this midget, this poor fucking midget.
You know what's the funny thing?
She fucking tossed him across the ring. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Who told Sue? Who told Sue on Black Soul?
The Rocket Khan was like tossing this midget across the ring. I was like, oh, this poor fucking midget.
Rocket Khan. Like,
oh my God.
Yo, that
when
dude.
I think of Orlando Jordan, I'm always
stalking that pussy.
When I think of Orlando Jordan, I always think about that time Chris Benoit beat him in like 30 seconds, and then he took a piss longer than the actual match.
Yeah, word. I remember that.
Man. But,
man, oh man.
Let me see. Okay. I got one.
Orlando's definitely
matter of fact, before I even mention what I was gonna say. It's funny that Orlando Jones was able to crawl to make Velveteen Dream walk. Isn't that crazy if you think about it? Because let's really be real. He did.
That's true. Orlando Jordan crawled so Velveteen could run just so he could have a fucking stroke. Ugh.
Like Tiffany Stratton signed the SmackDown. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. And I
And she
like I
and
said,
she fucking pimp slaps. Poor Mia Yim. She pimp slapped the shit out of her.
and like I said, she need to teach Charlotte Flair how to do a moonsault. Seriously.
I'm glad there's more women coming into the fold, but
Tiffany
they
Stratton
need
showed her pimp
need
man is very
tag
strong.
teams. The women's division need tag teams. Fuck all these single wrestlers. Let's get some
There
tag
are
teams
no tag
popping.
teams. Like,
On some real shit, yo. I just thought about these bitches from way back when they was on WOW, WOW. Like their name was called I forgot their name, but they was
That's
just
that.
like they
That's
was
who
just
WWE needs to make
like,
a fucking relationship with. Normally,
Wow.
I'm not for that, but if they're serious about keeping these tag team titles, like they need to fucking like make WoW like a secondary like feeder
yeah,
system so they can get
yes.
actual tag teams. You know.
Like I was about to say something, but never mind.
Oh,
No,
but
he's right though.
you
But
mentioned the
when
Tiffany
it
Stratton.
like have WOW as a feeder system, but not with single female wrestlers, but only with
Right.
their tag team wrestlers, their female tag
Right.
team wrestlers.
Right.
Like, I was about to
Have
say
them
something
as a feeder
Because
system.
WoW's on CW anyway, and NXT is going to be on CW. They're already
Yeah.
sharing the same network. You
It's
know.
like, what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, okay, who knows what may happen because from afar, Vince McMahon wasn't trying to hear no shit like that. Maybe shit may be different now because the more talent that's good is better.
Right.
Right.
Like, know
Yeah.
what I was about to say when Toph said like, "Oh, WWE should have a partnership with WoW." Like I was about to say, so WWE should have a partnership with Racialists. I was like, yeah, never mind.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
even hear. I didn't even hear what
Now,
he said.
you
What he
mentioned
said?
you guys mentioned Tiffany Stratton. Shout
Yeah,
outs to Mia. Shout outs to Mia Yim because like that was fucking Mia that told Tiffany like, yo, if you're gonna slap me, you make it look as real as possible because she's into that strong style shit from like Japan.
Tiffany Stratton showed her
Yeah.
pimp was way strong.
Yeah.
and
So
on some real shit, I like that she said that because given the simple fact that me and him always been on that low key strong style shit. Like why I say
right,
low
right,
key
Right.
is that it's supposed to be strong style, but when your moves, what I mean, connect, that shit doesn't look like it hurts.
right, yeah.
Me and Yim is so safe when she doesn't have to be. She's been like that for years. And
Which
especially when it
means
comes to her moves, like her moves look crazy, but it just seems like she's very safe with the impact.
they're setting the table. They're setting the table so Camille and Julia can join NXT, which seems like a major mistake.
They're not
But
gonna get Julia. I don't think they're gonna get Julia, but they're gonna get Camille for sure.
like, I think that they're getting Julia because Julia's making
Well,
every indication that she wants to join WWE.
mm,
Yeah, you've
we'll
been talking
see.
about Julia for a minute.
Well, speaking of joining rosters, pretty much Mercedes Monet, Sasha Banks is joining AEW.
Hey,
Yeah,
I already
Okay.
apologized. I already apologized on Saturday.
Nah, we good on that, but
Okay, good.
now we good on that for sure. But she's about to join AEW, looks like in March, which means she's probably going to debut at Revolution.
Most likely.
I would
And
say
good
after I would say after the Tony Storm Deanna Perrazzo match,
and good for her.
which is it's good for her and it's good for
Yeah.
Bailey too, because this goes back
Yeah,
because I remember what you said, Toe. This goes back to Bailey about to blow up on her own and Sasha about to be
right.
the face of AEW.
deserves
So
it.
They're gonna do a dynamite in Boston in March. I think
and
it's
that shit is going to explode when her music
right.
hits.
So
Yeah, good for
I'll
her.
say it
Good for
one more
Bailey.
time here on the show. We talked about it briefly here on Rumble, and it was WrestleMania 37. That was the because 36 was the one COVID canceled.
Yeah.
37 was the one that had half the crowd, not the full crowd. The main event that year was Roman versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan in a triple threat. Really
It's
good
that
match.
business.
I think,
It was.
in my opinion, that was Roman's best match so far. And
that
I
Still
was
think it
watching.
should have been a triple threat, but that's another story.
Right. Yeah, I agree. When I was watching that match live, right? This happens to us. Sometimes you just have like an epiphany, like when you're doing the most random thing, like you could be doing laundry or cooking, whatever. When I was watching the show, Daniel Bryan came out first, and I don't know why, but when he came out for that match, it hit me in that moment. I was like, "Yo, this dude has done everything he can do in WWE. He's won all the titles. He's main event at WrestleMania. Like, there's nothing left for him." And just in that moment when I was watching the match, I said, "This dude's leaving and he's going to go to AEW." And that's exactly what happened. And I had that same feeling with Edge, and we didn't do the live stream, but Edge had that match with Finn Balor at WrestleMania last year at Hell in a Cell, and I still think that was the wrong call. I think Edge should have lost that match, especially seeing how hard they pushed Judgment Day after the fact. But um, after Edge won that match, I was like, "Yo, man, this dude has done everything he can do in WWE." I always saw Edge as like a WWE lifer. I never foresaw him leaving, but at that point, I was like, "Yo, I could see him leaving because there's nothing else for him," and that's what he did. So to kind of bring it back to Sasha, Mercedes, whatever you want to call her, like we can sit here and talk about how she never had like a proper run or how they never really treated her like the star she should have been treated, and that's a conversation I'm willing to have. But the fact of the matter is, she's a multiple time Raw Women's Champ, SmackDown Champ, Tag Champ, NXT Champion, every single top star in the women's division currently she's faced.
And
She's
she's
done
main
everything
event,
there is to
and
do
she's
in
and
WWE.
she's main evented WrestleMania. So yeah,
Right.
Like
Right.
what I said, like what I told, like what I told this person earlier this week. I said that, like I said that Sasha signing with AEW, that's good for the wrestling business. And they asked me
I
why.
agree. I agree, honestly.
Man,
I said
look,
because it's simple.
all that shit sound good and all. We're not gonna do that shit. We're not gonna do that because none of those title reigns were memorable. The only title reign that was memorable was the whole role model shit during the pandemic.
Well, to be fair, I
Well,
can't
you
remember
know,
a single reign The Rock had. Just being real. Just being real.
Like, because he was transitional also.
Like
Right.
yeah,
you
but he
said,
was so
like you,
over, so it didn't matter. You're talking about The
Like,
Rock.
I
The
don't,
Rock
I don't
Right.
was
know why you
massively
mentioned him.
over.
Like, I never caved for the Rock having the memorable title reign.
Nobody
like
in the
you,
Attitude
like
Era
you
had a
know,
long title reign, but everybody was massively over, so you didn't care.
that
Yeah,
you can
different
tell.
time, yeah.
You can tell the Rock versus Roman that's going to happen in Saudi. I was like, oh, this is going to be
Oh
good.
God. We
Oh,
got satisfied a
God.
Saudi
Yeah.
prince.
Blame the Saudi prince for that one.
But
But
yeah,
on the
but this
bright
is
side,
this is
That
gonna be
dude
good for the
still thought
business.
Yokozuna was alive.
Yeah, but
Like
they
you can
thought,
tell.
this is gonna be good for the business because like I said, Bailey. I was never even that crazy about Bailey. I'm still not, but she deserves her chance to finally cook by herself.
The way the turn happened was a pretty good way to do that. To do
I
that
mean,
turn.
it was literally like
If
Batista and Triple H, not as
if Sasha
impactful,
had
but
come back to WWE, she just would have joined Bailey again, and we've already seen that before like a billion times.
Now it's going to be
Now for the
Naomi.
fir-
Now it's going to
now
be
for the first
Naomi
time,
and now
right,
it's going to be
right.
Naomi and Bailey, with Bailey being the headliner.
no, it's
Now
gonna
for
be
the first
Naomi. It's
time, we
gonna be
can see what
Naomi,
Bailey can do
Bailey.
by herself without Sasha. She can stand on her own 2 feet, and Mercedes can go to a completely different world where she'll be appreciated. She'll raise her resume. She'll raise her
No,
stock.
I
We've
like
seen
it.
this before,
So
right?
I
you
like
We've
really,
seen,
it.
so you
Like I
really
said, I
think
like it.
Bailey, so you
It's
really
good for the
think
business.
Bailey never held it down by herself without Sasha?
no, she's never done anything by herself. To this day, before she won the Royal Rumble, her hat to hang on to this day is still that Takeover Brooklyn match with Sasha Banks in 2015. Dead ass.
Hmm.
And that's
Still,
not me. That's not me insulting her. That's just it is what it is.
she's still
It's the
gonna have a
it's the-
person. She's still gonna have a person with her though. It's just going to be
I
Naomi.
know, I know,
I
but
mean,
now she can prove.
yeah, but now, but the point we're making is now she's gonna be
No,
proving.
but Bailey's going to be the headliner. I understand what you guys are saying. Bailey's the headliner.
Right. And we've seen this before. We've seen it with guys like Christian, Drew, Lashley. Sasha, Mercedes. She's not going to be gone too long. Maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but she's going to pad her resume, become a bigger star, and then when she inevitably comes back to WWE,
They signed to a mega deal.
Then they'll
Yeah.
finally push her like the star she actually already. Because you know how WWE is. They're just weird like that. Sometimes you got to get over somewhere else for them to finally be, oh, we should push you now. So, but yeah,
Which
it
is
works out.
which I never understood, to be honest with you.
So,
Like,
Yeah,
why do I like?
but
Why
it's
do you have
like,
like? Why do I have to wait to get big somewhere else before you appreciate my full potential? Like, that's crazy.
yeah,
yeah,
and
Deanna,
yeah,
Deanna
exactly. And it's
Purrazzo's
like everywhere else they
right.
go, it's not like they're getting more money. You know,
Deanna Purrazzo
That's
talked
what's
about
even
that.
crazy. That's
well,
what's even
it's like,
crazier.
but
Though.
that's before AEW came around.
Yeah.
Right.
AEW. You
Now
know,
you right
Deanna
though, but
Deanna Purrazzo talked about that on the Talk to Jericho podcast, and I actually agree with her. She said that wrestling is one of the weirdest industries in the world because, typically speaking, in a professional industry, if there's something you lack, something that you don't have, they tell you what it is so that you can get better. Except wrestling, because when she was, in her own words, when she was at NXT, they were telling her, "You don't have it. You're not good enough." And she was asking, what is it I don't have? And like nobody told her shit. And so she was just like, okay, fuck it. So then she left, went to TNA, got over. Then all of a sudden they came calling. So it's
In
almost as
such a
if
major
like,
way, she got over.
right. So it's
But
almost as if like they don't want to do the work themselves. It's like they want someone else to do it. And then when someone else does it, then they'll hire you so they can
a
brag
quick
and say, we
question.
made you a star.
Quick question. Okay, like what if I get 1 out of 2 correct? What if I don't get Sasha, but I do get Julia? Will I still get credit or no?
Oh, sure.
Just asking.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's fair.
I mean, you've been calling that for this. Why not?
I think there's a much better probability that they get Julia than Okada because at least they have an argument of treating Joshi
I
talent
mean,
good.
duh.
Because
I still stand by. They're never gonna get Okada. They need to just let that go.
good evening,
But
Virgo.
what if
Hey,
Okada
hey.
gets
Jeez, but we
exactly
was
what he
like,
wants?
y'all gotta address the chat too. I don't have
oh,
to
hey
be the
Virgo
only
Bay,
one.
We
What's up,
do.
Burger Man?
We do.
You gotta
But
remember about the crowd. You know,
a
they
quick
pull up
question
to
though.
watch us and listen to us. You know, address them too. And I'm about to beat the shit out of this motherfucker over here. Shut up!
Yeah.
The fuck!
But quick question though, and I'll let the chat move on here. But what if Okada gets exactly what he's looking for, which is a Mania, a shot at prime time at Mania?
I don't know what he wants.
Would that change
His
the
wife
story
is
though?
his wife is like a really famous actress, so I imagine what she wants is a big part of whatever he does too. Like I don't know if he wants to live in Japan still, or if he wants to move to America. I don't know where his head is at. I don't know.
Because like I've been saying this entire time that money's not the end all be all. Because if it was money, Vince would have signed every single available free agent.
It's
Right.
not. I don't think
It's
it's
not
a
the end all
money
be all.
thing. Like, I don't think it's a money thing at all. It's just about everybody's looking for different things before they sign. Some people looking for a bigger paycheck. Some people looking for a lighter schedule, or some people looking for a creative. Like, it could be anything. The question is, what does Okada want to do?
But for
Before
instance,
you sign somebody?
I'm with Sandman. I'm with Sandman. I don't see any reason, and I'm being dead serious. Even though Triple H is now here and Vince is gone, I don't see any reason why Okada would not end up like Nakamura, just some mid card guy who does absolutely nothing.
It's still a possibility. It's a long shot, but it's a possibility that he does not.
Here's something that people also forgot. WWE also had a chance to get Kota Ibushi, but they never jumped on it.
All right.
True.
As much as we talk about, the black community and, the cookout and stuff, we're finally at a point now where I mean, things aren't perfect, but we're finally at a point where seeing a black champion isn't a rare thing. So we're getting better. But I know in the Japanese community, there's always been a criticism of how come WWE has been able to make a Japanese champion, and they've been able to their credit, they've been able to make it work with the Joshis. But
Yeah,
when
with
it comes to
EO.
Japanese, right? But when it comes to Japanese male talent, for some reason, they haven't been able to connect the dots yet. I don't know what has to happen.
Shit.
Okada's probably the closest that they'll ever get to it if they could sign him. But even if they did, like Nakamura, like dude,
Bro,
Nakamura was like, I know
Nakamura is
he's a bum
done.
now. I know Nakamura's a bum now. Like, dude, when they fucking signed Nakamura, he was like the hottest free agent in the
Yeah.
fucking
That
planet.
match,
Bro,
that
He
match
won the
against
Royal fucking Rumble.
bro,
that
the
match,
matches that he's had when they signed him were bangers, bro. Especially his
that
NXT
match,
He
that
was
run.
like
match
he was
against
like
Sami
the
Zayn at
biggest.
Takeover.
He was like the biggest star in the fucking world, and he's just they literally just turned him into just another guy. And I hate to say it, pisses me off saying that because y'all know me. I fuck heavy with New Japan, but that's what they did. They turned him into just a warm body on the fucking roster. That's what he is.
You
So
know
That
what's
match,
crazy?
that match
And you know
against
what's
Sami
even
Zayn, that match against Sami Zayn at Takeover was a work of
yeah,
art.
I love that match. That match does not get talked about enough. Also, and what's crazy about them signing Nakamura is they signed him almost immediately after he wrestled AJ in New Japan.
Yeah,
right,
wasn't that Takeover? Wasn't that Wrestle Kingdom 9? I believe.
Yeah, that was the Thunder. That was the Tokyo Dome,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
match was, and that was their best match.
So they didn't do shit with him. They had Kushida for a bit, and obviously Kushida, I never expected him to be like a world champion or anything.
he never
But
fit.
he's a but he was a great wrestler, and I felt like when he was in NXT, I thought like he could at least be like North American champion, and like the furthest he got was the cruiserweight shit, and like that was it.
Bro,
He
he
never
Um,
never,
fit. He
he
fit.
never,
He fit a lot better at TNA.
bro, he
yeah,
never, yeah, bro, he never even scratched the mid card when he was signed.
but I hear the community. I know a lot because there are Japanese fans out there that do watch WWE, and I understand their frustration. Like so that is one market that WWE just for whatever reason they haven't really tapped into it yet. And what I'm waiting for, and I hope it'll happen. Nate and I talk about this all the time. I'm waiting for AEW to actually like do a Dynamite in Japan or like do a pay-per-view in Japan. Like I feel like if they did that, all of a sudden WWE would show more interest in Japan. And to anyone that says they wouldn't do that, you're out.
The crowd in Japan is much different, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
yeah,
I know. I
Like
just
they're
think
not,
that I just think that when you have competition, when competition shows interest in a market, I think that will motivate WWE to do more. And to anyone that thinks I'm talking out of my ass, there is no fucking way they would even be entertaining the idea of having a WrestleMania in the UK if All Out never happened or All In never happened. Like no
the
fucking way.
second, like the second I saw it, like it was like it was during a Pride event, and like I was watching Pride, and like I saw how silent the crowd in Japan was. I was like, wait a minute, why are they so quiet? And then my friend told me it was like, yo, because they're showing respect. I was like, oh, okay.
right,
Did they show respect to everybody? He said, yeah, to show respect to everybody, like it's their
yeah,
sport. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
Yeah,
makes
they
sense.
basically treat it like how it is when you watch tennis, how they're like
they
quiet and or golf, how they
they
applaud like at the
treated,
end,
yeah,
you know.
they treat it like a sacred event, which is cool,
Hmm.
which I think is cool,
Yeah,
honestly.
they treat it like a real sport.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll see though. I mean, stranger things have happened. Maybe Okada is like Nakamura. Maybe he doesn't care about his spot and he just wants to get pushed. But I like to think, with respect to Nakamura, like Nakamura was fucking over. He wasn't the top guy though in New Japan. He was one of the top guys. He wasn't the guy. Okada was the guy and still is the guy. So I have a hard time seeing because the first report said that Okada was going to go directly to NXT, and I laughed my ass off. I was like, "You're not
Yeah,
Oh
fucking
yeah,
he
serious."
like I laughed hard too. I was like, wait, what?
right. Oh my lord, I don't know who. I don't know who reported that, but they are high off their ass if they think Okada should go
Yeah,
with
they're smoking.
NXT.
They're
Right.
smoking. They're smoking that pure Bolivian stuff right there.
Nah, they sniffing the same shit Billy Corgan is for that shit. Good God.
But I guarantee you, like quick sports news, like it looks like college coaches are dropping like flies to the NFL.
What's going on with that?
Well, Boston College's head coach is now the defensive coordinator in Green Bay. The Washington Commanders, their new OC, could be the UCLA head coach. So again, like there are people saying like, who do you blame? Do you blame NIL? Which I don't really that much. Is because the people who blame NIL, right, are the same people who said that the players shouldn't get paid. And the reason why they're blaming NIL is that they're driving the older generation out, and the newer generation is replacing them.
Well, that goes with all aspects in sports. That ain't nothing new.
Like college coaching, people when you have one way of thinking, of course it's never going to change. You're in your 40s. Why change?
Hey, since you mentioned football, I mean, this isn't really my thing, but I figure, it is a pop culture topic. What are your thoughts on this whole Taylor Swift thing, Black Star?
Don't care.
Okay, because I saw that was like trending today. Seems to be a hot
Yeah,
topic.
because people are fucking stupid. But go ahead.
but and again, the Pro Bowl is this Sunday. Again, don't care. The NHL All-Star game is, I think, on Saturday. Again, don't care. But college basketball, few good games going on. North Carolina versus Duke. Number 3 versus number 7.
Wait, he just asked you a question. You just gonna just
No, he said he doesn't care, right?
no?
Yeah, he said don't care.
Answer that question.
Well, to anyone that doesn't, to anyone, I didn't even explain the situation to those who don't know. Isn't Taylor Swift like dating some football guy or something?
Yeah, Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Chiefs.
Right.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's like basically, in layman's terms, they're saying like the only reason why the Chiefs is going to the Super Bowl is because Travis Kelce is fucking with Taylor Swift, which is
if you think that you're on the same shit Smokey was on when he was twitching on Friday.
There's people out there that really be on that type of time. I'm like, the Chiefs they won 2 championships before Travis Kelce started fucking with Taylor Swift. Because basically they trying to say like, oh, they doing that because so they can have the Super Bowl the halftime show, have Taylor Swift perform at the halftime show. That's why they beat the Baltimore Ravens. This shit is fucking retarded.
Well, she's not Usher's performing halftime. So again, if you're
I just don't like the fact that these motherfuckers barely give Patrick Mahomes his props. But when Tom Brady was, out here winning championships,
every single white boy was on their fucking knees.
And motherfuckers were saying that it's known fact that he was cheating. Let's just sweep that under the rug. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Skip Bayless
let him just rock.
Skip Bayless was fucking deep throating better than Pinky. So,
oh my god.
Again, pause.
We're not gonna do that shit, man. I don't like that shit. And then motherfuckers throwing that narrative out there. Oh, because Taylor Swift is fucking with Travis Kelce. That's why they won the That's why they won the division. So Taylor Swift could perform at the Super Bowl.
Okay. Travis Kelce, or not Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift told Andy Reid to pass the ball to Travis Kelce 13 times. He caught 11 of them for 169 and 2 touchdowns. And in the AFC Championship game, is that what everybody's saying?
So the Super Bowl is next weekend, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Well, isn't that your team, Sandman?
Yeah,
Yes.
Salmon team, Salmon SWAT.
Well, I don't know shit about football, but
We're
just
gonna
an
be in
idea.
Las
I mean,
Vegas.
okay, well, I don't know shit about football, but just an idea. And again, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe at some point we should consider like a live stream for a game. You know, uh, like just
Hey,
We can do
you
it.
know,
We can do opening Thursday next year.
yeah, just something because I know people. I know people do live streams for like football and basketball, different audience. Brings in more people. Just an
Like,
idea.
we can do opening Thursday next year. You know, Super Bowl,
I'm just
everybody's
more of
live
a
streaming the fuck out of it. But opening
I'm
Thursday,
just more of a baseball guy. So
but at the same token, though, you gotta look at the other content that's posted on here too. Before we get to that, I got other content on here, like when it comes to the the finishing fatality moves, the Monday night munchies, the thirsty Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to switch it up. I always try to switch it up. So make sure I have a little bit for everybody.
yo, before we go, I got the most ridiculous notification this morning. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out, and the notification I
Yeah.
got was it was a notification from some Sony. It was an email talking about when the game goes live to those that are going to be purchasing the game. Make sure you have free space in your disk drive, which I always do. Man, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's just going to be like 145 gigabytes.
Jesus,
That's ridiculous.
What?
146. Good lord.
That's
So isn't
ridiculous.
that means you're gonna need like shit.
You need to delete all your game history to get
You
that.
Pretty
need
much.
you will need like three,
Kilobytes.
maybe three external hard drives just for
Yo,
one
man,
game.
this shit is bigger than the Undertaker's entrance at WrestleMania 20. Get the fuck
And
out
this
of
is what
here.
I'm talking
You need-
about. This is the shit I be talking. Like, come on, man.
like you need
Why
a
we gotta
three,
do all of that?
like you need a 3 kilobyte SSD. Like in order
Man,
to
all I
have
gotta
that
say
game.
is this: I've never been a person. At the very end of the year, right? They got the Game Awards, the VGAs. I've never cared about that. I don't need a game I like to win an award to justify how enjoyable the game is. But with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this game is literally bigger than like all our college tuitions combined. This shit better win Game of the Decade for all this shit. That's all I gotta say. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Spider-Man
Shit,
2
let's
was great.
get up out of here though, B. Like we definitely over the 2 hour mark.
Right.
Alrighty.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thanks for the thumbs up, Hacksaw Jim Duggan style.
Oh,
And it's been a long time. I'ma holla at y'all, beats.
alrighty.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Peace
later.
out, motherfucker.